Hello and welcome to another update video on platinum. I covered platinum like a week ago or so, but at the moment obviously the metals are very popular, so I thought I'll give you another update on platinum. Platinum is also covered regularly as a bonus in our stocks membership. If you're interested to check that out, then feel free to follow the link in the description. It's the Patreon link, and then you also get access to the Nasdaq, to the S&P 500 updates, to Tesla updates, for example, and many more. So let's take a look at the platinum chart. Have we seen any changes since the last update? Not really. I think the price only dipped a little bit further into this support area I shared with you. The view is currently that we are in an uptrend. I just recorded a palladium update as well, and they are kind of moving in very similar ways. I mean, very similar ways. The levels are only a bit different. So, I mean, there are some slight differences, yeah, but overall, I think they're very similar. I could also label it exactly as palladium here probably, but it wouldn't really change the support area here. For me, the main question is, I mean, we are in an uptrend. That's the thesis anyway. The idea is a larger degree wave 2 could have bottomed here in 2022. We had a multi-year sideways consolidation, and we finally see that upside move. Now, the idea is currently that we are probably in a C wave to the upside, which should be a 5-wave move. And we're currently likely in the 3rd wave. That's why the move up is aggressive. But it's still choppy because we're dealing with a larger diagonal pattern. And currently the main question is, are we taking the direct path higher in this 3rd wave, or do we get a more extended A, B, C structure as shown here in the orange scenario? Because the 3rd wave, because we're dealing with a larger diagonal, the 3rd wave is an ABC anyway. A, B, C with an extended C, or is it A, B, C and A, that we get B and C? So I cannot rule out a deeper pullback. That would actually potentially even be more bullish. So the support area that you see here, this one with the dotted lines between 947 and $1,189, this is the support area for a B wave pullback, and could be tested if we break below the upper micro support. So upper micro support, that's really our micro support area for a more direct move to the upside. So for example, I could make a case that we're now moving in circle wave 5 of C, and within circle wave 5 we're also dealing with an ABC structure. This could be wave A. Now in the B wave pullback, it has more room. Yeah, this direct move, it just tells us for this direct move up, this is the Fibonacci support zone. I'm not convinced yet that a low is in, so we might even here see a broader ABC structure. This is kind of low confidence micro counting of platinum. I wouldn't recommend that, but you can use Elliott Wave as a guide here. We have a zone to watch, and I can give you a first Fibonacci resistance area as well, which might be relevant. Yeah, so if we break above it, that could be our indication we've started the next leg to the upside. But this is the zone where I would be watching for a reversal. 1,367 to 1,565. Specifically around this previous swing low, there could be some additional support, yeah. And the first resistance area is 1,623 to 1,737. This could be a B wave bounce. A break above, yeah, would likely be already circle wave 5. Now, if we see a broader wave B, but in the pullback cannot hold support, then the door opens to a broader correction in a wider B wave. The microstructure would probably also be ABC, so A, B, C. So it might be a while until we can really find out which one it is. I mean, if we come down into this region again, there might be an opportunity. Apologies, but for now we are holding still the upper support. So I would watch this area for a possible reversal, but it might be that we spend a little bit of time in this range here before we really get going. I mean, in the end, it looks a bit similar to what we had here, yeah, and then moved up, so could get another dip, move up. So it's this zone that we're observing here for a reversal. So yeah, that should give you the relevant support and resistance levels. By the way, if we then finally break out, or we should do at some point, but the question is then, what would be the next upside targets? What are the next upside levels to watch? And in that blue zone above, you have some additional Fibonacci levels to watch, specifically the area around 1,821 would be the next resistance, but probably more likely 2010 to 2278. So yeah, that should give you relevant levels. If you're wondering where you can actually trade platinum futures, or where you can actually trade platinum, we have partnered with XTB. They are a globally regulated broker that operates in most regions around the world. I just wanted to cooperate with a broker that I use myself, but also a broker that's actually available to most of our viewers. And they offer platinum CFDs, which closely mirror basically that platinum futures chart I've used in the analysis. So you can trade the same market moves without needing a separate futures account. There are over 10,000 instruments available, from forex, commodities, and indices to crypto CFDs, even, and ETFs. So you could even set up ETF investment plans, earn interest on your balance, and trade with zero commission up to 100,000 euros per month. Account setup is very quick, and it's just a very convenient platform. We also build our own portfolio currently on this on the X station, which is the XTB dashboard here. So I think what I just want to show you, you can trade platinum futures up here. You just type in platinum, and then you can see, you can't trade futures, sorry, you can trade the CFD. So it's basically the same chart, bit more accessible. And just make sure that you have your risk management nailed down. I hope that added some value, and you can find a link to the broker in the comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.